I'll wait to open my thing up until you get your beer.
Yeah, he should be home soon. I should have worn my white dress too.
Oh, I put this to the wrong channel. He's gonna kill me. Oh yeah, you have that. This is kind of like that white dress that you have.
Should have worn it.
All right. Hello. I don't know if it's working or not, and I kind of don't care. At least we got YouTube. That's what I hate, because I like the YouTube, because the YouTube comments show up right here. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just annoying. But welcome to Scissor Me Timbers 28. This is the 28th one. We haven't had one in forever because everything is on Thursdays lately for me, but we're gonna make them work. We're gonna find a time and we're gonna make them work. How are you doing, Alice?
I'm good. I just bonked my ass on that table when I came in here, but I'm good.
There's a seat because I got a desk for in here now too, and it's like there's no room. There's no room. Like
it's like your like memory doesn't like remember it being there, and that's exactly what I just did. Would you stop getting into
Daniel. Hey CC. Hey First Shot. Hey Robert. Hey folks. Hey Secret Asian Man.
Secret Asian Man.
We have a record deal coming up.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be awesome. Anyways, yeah, so kind of cool today. I got my account, my original account. You never even followed that account, did you?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so, because
right before you. Hey Buxom.
Because when it came up today, I had to follow you, but it was the first thing I saw when I went on Twitter today. I was like, and I texted Adam, I was like, just got him.
Oh, it's so silly. I sent the thing in yesterday, and then I was like, same as usual. I didn't think anything would happen of it, and then I go and I'm like, I saw the email, and I was like, it wasn't the normal like no email. I was like, wait a minute, what? And then I was like, then I had to just go in and delete the picture, which I would have fucking done a year ago. Yeah, I had to refollow you. I didn't follow, like Paul followed on that account. There's a lot of people I got to catch up with, so we're getting there. So yay, we're celebrating that. That's why we're having a time tonight. But we were gonna plan to do this anyways, so worked out good.
Yeah, it did work out good. Just make sure not to say anything about you know who, because everybody is getting like banned for it. They banned that Fandango dude. He got like a perma ban today.
I think there was. Why is my thing out of focus? Sorry, everyone. I saw a list. There's like a handful of people now. And it's like, what the fuck? She's being like queen bitch off with their heads. That's what she's acting like, and we'll say on here, if we bring up anything with I'm going to try doing with the thing, call it a vacation. That's what like Hotep Jesus does. So anyways, go on.
Good idea. That's a good idea. I saw the quartering got theirs back. But
secret is Voldemort. She is something else, man. I don't know how she's literally like, she has to be so far gone in her psychopathy, which I don't judge all some psychopathic traits are positives. Okay. We just don't know how to use them right. But like, how do you go that full psychopath where you are getting people banned? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, she doesn't want to be found out, I guess.
But everyone knows now.
Everybody knows.
And when you try to silence people, that makes people like, oh yeah, you're trying to hide something. Like, it's just so stupid. It's really sad. What a sad. There was all this bad. Okay. If y'all remember on my other account, I was talking to, I was just talking about how there was a lot of bad juju in the air. It felt like I like literally felt the shift one night, and then I just felt there was so much bad juju. And then I got my time out last week, but I was working through a lot of stuff last week. I have to tell you a story about my dad later, but just things were really clean. Like my head was just feeling really clear, and like all that bad juju I felt like was going away. Things were getting better. I had like an amazing weekend. I had shit happen I can't even fucking talk about because it was like crazy. Hey Adam, he says he's on his way with that cheap champagne. I'm having prosecco. Hey Hackett, come in. And then like yeah, this last like right before this weekend, everything just cleared. Everything felt good. I did a get together. A bunch of people came to that. I went to a birthday party that was super fun. I had some random ass shit fucking happen to me that like I never would have fucking expect. I pre-COVID I could have saw something like this happen, but I haven't had anything happen like this like since COVID, which is like it's just like a luck and preparedness kind of thing. And I was like, holy shit. And then this account comes back. Then I had two other things happen today that were like are positive things. So I'm like, something's up, man. I don't know. I was working. I had to get off of Twitter to work my magic because there was all sorts of shit going on Twitter while I was gone last week. Like a lot of people were up in their fucking shit, and they like, I don't like. How do you live? How do those people live like that? And not much drama on their personal shit on Twitter all the time. Like, stop. Like I know unfortunate things happen sometimes, but like you make it so much worse by being like that online with it. You know what I mean? Like they make it now they make other problems. Like there was other problems with people who weren't even involved and shit. Like just like, are you fucking crazy? You know? So anyways, we're
That's
good.
it,
And
yeah.
do you feel an energy shift?
I do, but it's probably because I haven't really been drinking and I've just been like working so hard at getting the house together. But today was like the first day that like I've had the like my living room is it's always going to be a little bit messy. I get that. There's like two kids and they're hanging out all the time and it's a living room. But today was like the first day that I've just like really felt like the house was just more organized and the kids got to do crafts at the new table and yeah, that's such a little thing, but it's huge. It's huge to like yeah. I mean, people may not think it's that much of a big deal, but when you homeschool, if you have everything being done at the kitchen table, and I get that some people's only choice, you know, but it does. It's just it just gets to be too much going on in my little dining area.
Yeah. I feel like that sometimes when you have a good poop, the energy does shift really nicely.
And he does enjoy his poops. I
Well, like
I
you just feel lighter and like you got all that out of you. It's such a good feeling. So
it's a great feeling.
yeah.
Pooping is
So
it's a
yeah,
good
so
thing.
I'm feeling very positive this week. I'm just and go again. Last month I was super involved with all the events and I'm going to all the LP events again this week or this month. And my parents were
Mhm.
just in town, which was nice to see them. It had been a while. So that was fun. We had a good time. I just stayed with them like the whole time. And then yeah, shit.
You should just get on Twitter and just bitch and demand people pay attention to you instead of actually putting in the work. That would make more sense.
Oh, or I should just get attention by being high drama all the time. That's what I
Yeah.
should do. My God. And I know like, I feel bad, but at a certain point, come on. Like, come on, you know? But oh yeah, I
Yeah.
told you a text is what would be funny, who I may or may not be talking about right now, but if I was like embarrassed about the sparkler video and every time someone posted a screenshot, I got them banned from Twitter, like that would be so shitty. That would be so
Yeah.
fucking shitty. Like, oh yeah, demand yoga pants. I reached out to her. I don't know. Like I'm just still trying to spread my message because like come on. Like some of these people are so
Yeah. I ended up
crown
like
me queen, crown me queen. And that you if you're not crowning me queen, it's because you suck. Ugh.
oh my god, yeah. Lots of like and you know what? Like I'm not like there are times where I do think women are just being like catty with each other. Like I mean there is, you know what I mean? Just like
I
guys can be
know.
like, like overly macho with each other or whatever. Um but yeah, like just there's just like so much drama with some of these chicks, man. And just I don't get the like constantly posting about your sadness, you know? Like I don't get that. Like, I don't know. Like maybe last week when I was upset about Uncle Dick dying, not that I'm not upset anymore. I am, and my family obviously doesn't care about my feelings, as I told you before. But like I never think to go on Twitter and be like, oh God, I went to do this and I thought of my Uncle Dick and I could just like barely compose myself, like it's so weird to me that people like put like every little like sad like or deep feeling they have. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I wouldn't even have the time.
Yeah, you're not on Twitter. I've had some where I'll like say something, but it's like, yeah, there's some people who live in that. Like that's their personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like once in a while you're like, okay. And then I think it has more meaning too. You know what I mean? If you're like kind of like that all the time, I don't think it has a lot of meaning. But I don't know. I guess I just even without like saying how I feel, I just kind of expect my friends to know like I'm sad right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel the need to I don't know, like announce it or anything. And I don't feel the need to sit there and talk about it. I'm just like, I assume people know I'm sad.
Right. Well, when you have like when you have a line of communication with someone enough, like you talk to them enough, you're like you just know, like,
Yeah, you know what I
yeah.
mean? But yeah, I just never felt the need to like on Facebook I used to kind of talk more, but that was just like Facebook is just usually just like family and friends and stuff. Twitter's like you're like talking to the world almost. So, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Keep getting on Twitter and just complaining about your life. And you know what I find really funny that I found out this week was that a certain somebody who yelled at me for calling out pedos on both sides just moves in with random men and her children. And you're talking about me? You're talking about like you're going to come at me? And that's the shit that you do? Like maybe you should be more protective of your children. Just saying. Like maybe you should worry about the kids that you actually have rather than getting on Twitter and acting like you're going to save all the children from the leftist pedos. Fucking freak.
You needed to get that out for a while.
Oh,
It makes sense though now, like when that reaction she had to you, it kind of makes sense now. Like where I'm like, okay, yeah. Like I've
I mean,
the messiest lives. We telling other people how to live all the time. And it's like, no. Like my
yeah.
life is perfect and I never tell people what to do. So me too, Danny. Well, there's a time like hello, like whether you believe in positive energy, negative energy, when you are living in negative energy and always complaining, guess what? That's what you're going to be living in because that's your choice, So I don't know.
And you can be upset and hurt without like living in that moment. Like uh one of the things I taught Scarlett after my mom died, and it just something I had to deal with pretty much my whole life because my dad was sick. So there was like happy moments, but they were always kind of like bittersweet. Like, oh, we're here, but dad couldn't be here, or dad can't walk, so he can't do this one. Just stuff like that. So I told Scar because she was really sad the first Christmas without my mom, but she was excited too. And I'm like, you can be like sad and happy at the same time. Like it's okay to enjoy Christmas, but still miss your grandma at the same time. Like that's all fine. And then I caught on Christmas Day telling my mom's cat the same thing. She was like, dude, she was like a little over 5 years old, and she was sitting in this room because this was like my mom's room after I moved out, and this like the cat was in here, and the cat was so sad after my mom died, and she's like sitting there telling the cat the same thing I told her. I was like, oh my god, you're so cute. Let me let this dog out. Adam's home, so she's barking.
Okay.
She wants her daddy.
Okay. Let's see, Daniel. Definitely. Yeah, and like even like if you just are always putting in the universe terrible fucking sadness, guess what? Guess what, Adam?
I'm happy to see
Just
you.
think about it.
I am happy to see you. You have my beer.
She's happy to see you, but bye. Hey, big hand. Oh. No, it's funny. I was thinking about like what happened to your daughter this week with that girl just being mean, and I'm like, these are the same people are on Twitter. Those are the same fucking women who are just like, let me cause drama, let me get in there, and just like instead of being like, this is how I can get attention, like in a good way, they're like, no, let me just fucking ruin people's day and be mean and catty and all that shit. Oh, I was gonna open my toe now. Now that you got your beer, I'll open my bad boy. There was something you're saying about the sadness. Like it's okay to. There's something I've kind of found too in life is like, when I feel that sadness and I'm like, okay, I feel this sadness. I am this sadness right now. Think of a memory or whatever. Like it's almost like a high for a second because you're like, I feel that's just like a beautiful emotion. It's beautiful that we are humans and we can have these emotions, right? And like feel terrible. Like we can just feel that sadness and then once you get through it, it's almost like you feel even better than you did before, some depending on what it is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But like when there's things like when people die or there's things that we're always gonna have to deal with those sadnesses. And it's almost like every time you go through it, it's just like I feel a little bit better about who I am and like I don't know, it's weird. I've said this as someone else before and they are like, are you fucking crazy? And I was like, yes, but like once it like feeling that sadness and when you're like so sad you want to cry or like what like when you feel that and then you come out and then you like get over it, it's just like holy fuck, like it's just beautiful in a
You
way.
do.
I don't know how to explain it.
You do. And then
Like,
sometimes
I gotta pop this bottle and hopefully it doesn't spill everywhere. Put a towel up.
what could
We go,
I'm
everybody get your drinks ready because we're gonna toast the Forest Mommy account coming back.
what?
Don't overflow. Ah, nice. I just have it's just a prosecco. How dumb. How dumb about an account. I've been like giddy all day because all this good shit's been happening and I can't even describe what's happening right now. There is this energy that I am tapped into.
I feel it. I've been dancing all day and I was so bummed too because we found out that John Adams died, who was like a Cleveland great. He played the drums at every Indians game. So
Okay.
like so many of us grew up with that being like the sound of an Indians game and he passed away today and everybody's just like devastated. Like I was in the kitchen when I saw it and I am crying so hard and Scar is just looking at me like, "Oh my god." And I'm like, it's like my childhood. And he was
Aww.
such a nice guy too, like
You
he
were
was
sad.
great.
It hit you.
Yeah. So yeah, I was pretty sad, but at the same time, I was like, man, Force Mommy's cat.
That was
So
not
yeah,
expecting it. All right, I'm gonna cheers, everybody. Cheers. I mean, Twitter is still a shit show, but thanks for giving me my account back, human who looked at my appeal. Peace. Hold on, let me make sure that he took dinner out. Did you get the salmon out? You got the salmon out? Okay, good. Just making sure. Like the whole salmon's gonna burn to death.
that dress is sexy.
I end up fine. I have so many fucking sexy, I would wear it before they didn't let me go to the clubs, which doesn't fucking matter anymore. Now I don't want to go to their stupid fucking club. So I gotta find
Right?
I gotta do other stuff with all these clothes I have.
I need new clothes. I was saying yesterday, I was like feeling my pants and I said to Adam, I was like, dude, I really need to go get more pants. Like they all have holes in them. I was like, I got a hole in the butt on these too. And he's like, I know, I noticed earlier.
Thanks. Thanks, Adam.
But and these ones I don't even like that much. I bought them and I'm like, oh, these are cute. And then wearing them, I like absolutely hate them, but they're comfy and there's no holes in them.
That's a nice. Are they like leggings? Kind or like yoga
Yeah.
pants?
Yeah, and they're soft. They're like comfy to wear and shit, but I just don't like the way they look on me. I should have gotten the green pair. or the purple pair. But no.
I hate that. Like when you're like, oh man, I should have got that other one, but
I always buy black and gray. Like I own so many black and gray clothes. It's fucking ridiculous. I remember going shopping with my sister once, the one that I sent you a picture of today. Yeah, just got to actually see what my sisters look like, even though I only sent a picture of one. They're twins. They don't look that much different. To me, they do, but yeah, we were out shopping the one day and there was this really cute outfit. I still remember it to this day. It was like a long skirt with 2 slits up the sides and then a black shirt buttoned down. And I wanted the black one. And she was taking me out shopping for my birthday. And she's like, everything you wear is black and gray. Like everything. I was like, I like black and gray. Sorry. Like so I tried on this like reddish one. Like I tried on the black one, then she made me try on this like reddish one. It was like, I don't know, reddish, maroonish, pinkish. And she's like, oh my God, you do look fucking better in the black one. She's like, God damn it. I do. But I do try and buy. My sundresses are usually colorful.
yeah, then they're fun and flowy. Yeah, but I'm like around the house. I'm wearing like today. I was wearing fucking. I had a hole in the elbow, like it's just a black sweat. Like hoodies and sweatshirts. That's all I got.
Yeah, like so much of my shit is ruined from doing work on the house. Like everything has paint on it. It's like, God damn, did I not ruin one fucking thing? And I know what I did. Every time I would wear something that I knew I shouldn't be wearing while I was painting. Ooh, 420.
Yeah, cheers for that, Adam. Man, too.
What the fuck was I saying?
Black clothes.
Oh, the clothes. Oh, and I know in my head, every time I would paint in certain clothes, I would be like, oh, I'm not going to get anything on it. I'll just do this painting real quick.
And then you do. And then you do.
And then you do every time. And then I'm like,
thank you, Adam. Or like, I always get a grease. I'll have like a brand new gray like tank top on or whatever, and like I'll get grease on it somehow. Like I'll eat bacon and wipe and then I'm fucked. Like Jesus Christ.
I did that with
Did you make that face because of Adam's comment? You made a funny face.
I did, because what the fuck did he mean? Big butts? Oh, or because of my black pants. Well, these are like black and white, but my butt doesn't look as good at all.
Ooh, woo, look at that. Yeah, it is. You're an hour 4:20 Pacific. We're a little ahead, but
yeah, I need some of that too.
I know. I need to go get actual flour too, because I'm like, it's so dumb. Like nothing affects me anymore. But which is something else. I've been really good about not drinking as much and some other things, and I think that's been part of why my head kind of cleared too this last week. Like, and then being around family, like there was something to it. Like all these, like everything aligned. And now I'm just like unstoppable. Like, remember on our hot or not, I said something about like, this just makes me more full of myself, like, and now I'm like, man, if I was full of myself last week, this week, what's he want?
Oh, thank you, Pookie. I need the thingy though. By the butcher knife, by the butcher knives. I have butcher knives. Like that. That's $70 from Kohl's right there. Wedding present. Oh, I actually need a lighter too.
We love Adam. We love Adam. He's so sweet.
Adam makes this show work. You know what's funny is, like when I'm racing around, like he definitely is. If he's home, he's definitely making sure I have everything I need, and I'm also You aren't bad for an honorable mention. You're the sexiest of the honorable mentions.
That's true. That's true.
That's very true.
I say that respectfully, but it's true. That's true.
I might have to take this earring out. I bet. Did you
Good.
see how nicely I redid all my earrings?
Yeah, the picture you sent. Oh, he had to curtsy. Someone asked him to curtsy. Secret Asian man. Why am I not focused? There we go. Can't forget to focus. This is a professional operation here, guys. So
We're super professional.
yep, first shot. Thought I was the sexiest out of veteran. First shot, you haven't even paid your entry fee. So just kidding. First shot's the only person who has to pay to get into the FMU. So
you have to bring us like drinks or drugs or cats.
Kitties. I'm just kidding. First shot. We love first shot. We love everybody. Thank you everyone for watching tonight and on YouTube, because I haven't been streaming to YouTube and I probably will stop streaming to YouTube. I had to do it today because of getting the account back, but
it's a special day.
Yeah, and I'm so pissed at them that I'm like, it only hurts me to not make content to put it on there because I can actually make money off of it. But I don't want them to accidentally ding me for something again, because that last one was a week apart, and that's you have 90 days if you do your third one in 90 days. So I'm just careful. Obviously, we have everyone please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, I should do what Paul does here. I'm always behind. Here we go.
I just
and everyone, if you like the overlay, everyone go follow Sibling Revelry. He did so much work. He's helping us get huge. Go follow him if you're not. I got to make another post on my account. I already got 1,000 followers since this morning. So goofy. And I can't even post on the other one still till tonight. So, oh well.
Maybe just keep that one for podcasting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it, and I'm actually gonna put the group picture of all of us on it, and a different picture for the header once I can change everything, and then it'll be that'll be just the podcast account basically, and a backup. So
we have a group. Do you have a group picture of all of us?
Yeah, from your thing.
Did we?
When we were out front. We were out front. It's not the best picture, but when all of us were out front, right before Doug fell, we took a couple pictures.
Okay.
I think Adam has it in his picture. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. It's not the best picture, but it'll do for now until we can get another one. So, because it's the whole crew.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't hardly see Hex in it, but
I can stop going right in the camera
No, it's funny. It makes me laugh so much because we laugh at the same shit. You know what I mean? It's funny.
I don't really.
Go ahead.
I don't remember what stream it was, but I was playing back one part for Adam. Maybe he remembers, but I was like, oh my God, that was so funny. And me and you at the exact same time leaned this way and we came back. I didn't notice it when we were watching it. So I was just laughing. And then when I rewatch it, I'm like, oh my God, we're totally
insane. Oh, that's why it's so fun. I just love when we laugh. That's why we get along, because you laugh we laugh at everything, even funerals.
Oh my God, so funny today. Speaking of laughing at funerals, so I was listening to some of my older playlists and shit, and Bare Naked Ladies came on 1 week, which is me and my friend Topher's song, and it's mostly all stuff that I would say to him, and there's a line in it that says, I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral, don't understand what I mean, you soon will. Because Chris is like, how do you do that? And we were so young, and he's like, dude, you just, I'm like, fuck it, people die. And it's not that I don't get sad, it's totally not that. I do get really sad. I was not joking when I said at my uncle's funeral, like I had a hard time composing myself at moments. And then the last time I had to go to his casket, Adam wasn't with me. And the same with the first time. And I'm like, fuck.
It hits yeah. When you see him in the casket, it always hit that's like it's a whole
Yeah.
nother like piece of business, man. It's like, ooh,
Yeah. And he didn't look good.
no.
No, like my mom looked pretty good. It's your mom, and that was crazy. And then yeah, like my grandma looks so good. My mom was like, I definitely want to be laid out when I die. Did you see how good mother looked? They smoothed her wrinkles, and she's like, she looks so beautiful.
What did Uncle Dick pass from in the end?
Adam, what was it? Uh, what's that
Hold
word?
it.
So
He died because that's what you do. That's what happens.
I mean, he had kidney stones, but shit, fuck. But there was something that like was like the um
Congenital heart failure or something like that, maybe.
no,
Mine
septic
too,
shock.
Asian man. And if
Septic
if
shock.
I die anytime soon, like while like hopefully I won't while I'm young here, but like if I do, and you guys do not have a bunch of septic shock. That's what he said. If you guys do not have a bunch of sparklers at my funeral, I will literally come back and haunt you. I know Adam. This is what he did. Adam didn't probably hear the other day when we were talking. That was funny because you're like, my mom was always like, she was the life of the party at the funeral, and now I am.
Oh my god. And yeah, even when my mom died, and I was on the phone with my cousin, and this is like the day after she died, and I'm on the phone with her, and she's just, she's so upset, and I get it. It's your favorite aunt. Like, her mom died a few months before, and that was one of my favorite aunts. So like I get it. So like I was making her laugh, and she's like, see, we do still have your mom's spirit here because you're just like her, like always making people laugh, like no matter how sad. And it's like they all know I'm like gonna fall apart at some point. But yeah,
That's
like
the beauty of it. That's the fucking
yeah,
beauty.
and I hate seeing people I love sad. Like I know they're gonna be sad, but if I can just make you laugh just for a second and not feel the weight of that grief, then yeah, I mean I'm gonna do it. And there's a time and a place. Like there's people that are at funerals, and I'm like, you are like being so fucking inappropriate right now.
Yeah,
Like we do.
when it's right, the right time.
Yeah. And like if like I tell people, like when younger people die, like I wouldn't act like that like at a younger person's funeral because it's much more devastating. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah, there's tragic funerals, and then there's like it's so funny because every funeral I went to for the first part of my life was grandparents, especially on my Italian side, and that was like a fucking party. Like it literally was a party.
like you go, you mourn, you hug, and it's like you cry and you laugh, and then yeah, you eat and you party and
So much food. Just like I remember my one grandpa, the Sicilian grandpa. Like I remember the food I was eating more than I like remember him in the casket or anything. Like I really
that's a good thing though. Like
oh
you want
yeah,
to
I mean,
remember them
and
that
like I
way.
said when we were talking about before too, they're almost like they're sad, but they're almost like little mini family reunions. You see
Yeah.
people you haven't seen in a while, and when it's an older person who dies, it's so it's so sad, but there's some I think in humans we kind of are preparing for it a little bit, right? And like it's just when it's like a sad funeral where you're just like, so you know.
Yeah, I think with my Uncle Dick, it was just that him and my aunt are just such great people. And I don't know, maybe some people in the family maybe like find this insulting, but I think they were just kind of a different version of my mom and dad, just this like great couple in your family that just made it through all the craziness, all the ups and downs, and just no matter what, they loved each other. And it's just, and I think it's just like they were just so beyond loved in our family that it was just, and then it does make you think. Like I looked at Adam after Uncle Dick died, and I'm like, I don't want to say it out loud, but now I'm kind of scared that I'm going to lose my Aunt Alice. And he's like, well, I mean,
Eventually.
listen, I made one of my aunts promise me that they would never die. She died.
Damn
And I
it.
didn't,
She
yeah, and
broke
I
that
didn't,
promise. She broke
yeah.
that promise.
And like, I was not a child making her promise me this. I was a grown woman about to get married.
I love it.
Can you just
I
please never die?
I guess we could talk about something other than funerals, but it's like you have to be able to talk about that stuff, and people like us who will talk about it in a fucking real way, like
Yeah, and some people, I don't know if it's like their parents like didn't help them to, or maybe they had a really tragic death in their life that affected them at a young age, so that sometimes could be it. But yeah, like sometimes people like, yeah, they get like very, and I'm just like, I mean, I don't know, but like my mom said, death is a part of life. It's one of the hardest parts of life, but if you don't learn to accept it, you'll never enjoy life. Stoner!
We miss you, Stoner. Also, like when all the COVID stuff happened, it was like people, like I was like, y'all still have your grandparents? Like everyone's like, you have grandparents? I haven't had a grandparent since I was like a kid, like it is different. Everyone's life is so different. But then of course it was so sad because then they were letting them rot alone in the fucking homes. And they're like, oh, I can't even start talking about it because it makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Like what happened. But
I can't, yeah. Let's go back to bashing on libertarian chicks arguing with each other.
Let's just maybe like, if you are constantly in the thick of things, stop. If every time something happened, in which it was funny because I don't see it much because I don't like interact with those people, but I follow them and stuff. But like but then I was like, as shit was happening and I was seeing it getting talked about in like the one of 3 group chats I'm in, and I was like, oh shit, what's going on? Like, and then you find out more and more, and I'm like, oh shit. But it's also like I don't need to. This is what I hate. I don't need to be finding it out, and there's always some people who just like love to take someone's trauma as well and gob onto it, right? And then they have all these group chats where they're like little gangs and they act fucking idiotic. And I'm like, it made me mad because I wasn't there to like spread my shit, but I was going through something, so it all worked out how it was supposed to work out. But it's just like every fucking time, like, ain't you tired? Ain't you tired, Miss Hilly? Ain't you tired? Like, I just want to say that to some people, like a lot, or you know who, Miss B. Like, I want to just, aren't you tired? Like, aren't you fucking tired of doing this? You have to be so on guard and on top of it. Aren't you fucking tired? Ugh.
No. People want attention any way they can get it. And I'm not gonna lie, like I do enjoy attention, like, but just
there's a way to go about it.
Yeah, like not all the time, not negative. I don't want people to pity me, I mean, I used to think like maybe I'm like so like because I used to hate when I was younger with my dad, like people would look at my dad with like pity, and then they would pity me in a way like, oh, poor Alice, her daddy's sick. So I didn't like that attention. But yeah, I don't even think it's because of that. I just think like some people for whatever reason like enjoy negative attention, and yeah,
it's kind of all they know. Like we all know, like as kids, like some of your, maybe one of your kids, he'll hit you to get attention or be physical to get attention. You have to like, no, that's not how you do it. There is an appropriate way. Like I remember when Hex was there and King Grayson was just like trying to get him to play with it, and Hex is like, no, we're gonna wait 5 minutes and then maybe I can. And like he get all mad, and
did he do the I don't
yeah, but it's like that. You have to be taught that, like you have to learn,
Yeah.
like, and it is definitely if you're an observational person, that helps. Because I remember I've been on the internet forever. I've been doing a lot of crazy shit on the internet for a long time, but I still like, I never was like that. Like I always knew, like, or I guess it's just like, hey, Mike, um, uh, what was it? What was I saying? Just like, I don't know. There's just a way to do it and a way to not do it, and like I obviously get all the fucking attention in the world, and I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah,
just
but it's like positive attention.
yeah, and
Where
and
a
it's like
lot of
a
things.
cyclical. I'm always like it's always like movie. It's always like so.
And it always seems like they're the people that like are telling everybody else how they should live and what to do. And it's like, but you're miserable. So why would I listen to you? Obviously happier than you. I got a man.
No,
He
that's
brought he brought me beer. What'd your man bring you? Oh yeah,
it.
nothing, because you ain't got one.
It takes. I love it. It takes 2 seconds to be self-aware enough to be like, why am I retweeting something and telling people what to do when I'm a fucking hot mess? It takes 2 seconds of introspection and self-thought and like
Yeah.
reflection. Hey, Len, like it does not. It's not that big of a breakthrough to go through to be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't tell people how to live if I'm not great. You know what I mean? Like it's just. So I don't get it.
I don't even tell people how to live. I'm not. I'm
Like I
not
said, we're
even.
perfect. We are perfect, and we never tell people what to do. Like, come on.
I just know everybody's dynamics and wants and needs and stuff like that are different. So I just
Especially
acknowledge
like
that.
relationship. When people give so much relationship, I'm like, do you have you have two individuals who are as individual as you. Why are you fucking telling them what to do when you're not there? You don't know. Like, there's obviously some basic advice if someone asks for it, kind of thing. But like, people are just like dumb.
Yeah, like like it doesn't annoy me, but I'll see people who say if you want a man who truly loves you, find a man who truly loves God. And I'm like, my husband doesn't believe in God. He seems to love me. Once again, he brought me beer.
Right. Like, how do you know? Like, when people say shit like that, it's like, how do you know? Like, how? Again, 10 minutes of self reflection of like, oh, maybe I don't know what's best for other people.
Yeah, and you know what's the funnest is the young single girls that are
Mm.
like, when I get married, I'm gonna have sex with my husband 5 times a week. I'm like,
All of it. It's always the single ones who are giving out dating advice and stuff. It's like, okay. And
yeah,
like, but like someone like me, obviously you're not like this, but then they'd be like, well, you're not married, so what do you know? And I'm like, hey, yeah, don't ask me. I don't want to give you fucking advice. But second of all, obviously things can work in life, and that proves that things are different sometimes. And but you can't like say that, hey, Paul's in the chat. Producer Paul. Yeah, he doesn't. That's why I think a lot of us get along because we obviously talk a lot. We do this a lot, but we never are like that kind of a person. None of us are. You know what I mean? Like, we're not like, no, you
all
should
my
live this way.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking
right.
crazy to me. Yeah, especially you know what else I love? Oh my god, I love new moms. Oh my god, they're so cute and full of hope and dreams and just and it's just like I get it. Like I wasn't really that kind of new mom, but there's like these new moms that just think they've experienced all that motherhood has to offer. It's like, dude, they don't even fucking talk yet.
And
Like
everything's
I
gonna work out
like
so perfectly, and just like there's no. I'm like, how can you even make plans like that? Like,
yeah. And it's like being uh be being the parent of a newborn, yes, is difficult. There's like there's a lack of sleep, and stuff like that, but it doesn't really like always take a toll on you mentally. It's when they start to get older that you're just like, Jesus Christ, you like talk and have feelings, and if I say the wrong thing, I could fuck you up permanently. It's stressful. But yeah, like new moms are just they're so funny. They're just like so full of hope and just Yeah. I remember when Scarlett was born, I was holding her, and my mom was standing next to me. And I'm just like looking at my beautiful baby girl, just like so precious and perfect. And I just can't believe I'm a mom, like me, Alice, as a mom. And I'm just like so in love with my baby. And my mom looks and she's like, she's so beautiful and precious. Isn't it hard to believe that you're going to want to strangle her one day? And you look at your baby and you're like, I could never. And it's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And listen, you could end up with a very well mannered kid. And I think a lot of people think, well, it's all in the way you raise them. It's like, no, children are individuals, they have their own personalities. My parents have 5 kids. All of our personalities are very different. Same without throughout my whole family. Like, there's 3, 4, 5 kids, and all those personalities are different. Kids do different things. And yeah, there are some kids that will just be kind of easy to raise because maybe they're just like the go with the flow kind of person and they're just laid back. That's just who they are. But yeah, I mean, my kids, listen, I wouldn't trade my kids for anything. But part of the
Maybe
problem,
like $6 million, maybe. But
oh, I thought Adam said that, but it was First Shot. First Shot said, Adam, that is partly true, but for me, childcare was super expensive. And I thought Adam said it, and I'm like, what are you saying? I took care of the kids. Are you saying I'm expensive? But yeah, I mean, Scar, she's a preteen. She's a girl. Things are happening, and yeah, she gets moody. She's very moody.
and objectively, physically costs more to be a girl. Like,
Yeah, at that age.
Yeah.
Especially. But yeah, I mean, they get moody. They may snap at you for asking a simple question.
That's when you just go like that. You just bam them. No, just kidding. Don't be. Unless they deserve it.
Or you breathe the wrong way and they just want you to die.
Ugh, kids.
I love it.
You're being like kids. I don't have any. And I'm like, damn kids, man.
I'm not like I'm happy my kids are cool though. You know what I mean? Like they can be a lot, but they're fun to be around. You know what I mean? Like,
and they can hang with adults and stuff.
Yeah. And not like in a way where they're kicking back drinks. People don't think we're saying that.
No, but like they're not
just,
some kids. I hate being around kids who like the parents coddle them and shit. And you can tell they never say like, not that you should make someone talk to an adult, but there's certain respect and shit you have to learn as a kid, right? Like if you're in a group of adults, you're gonna like, I don't know how to say it. And some kids just have no idea. They have no idea how to like behave themselves around adults at all. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I get like especially Scar. I get a lot of compliments on how she is around adults because she just talks like she doesn't get like weird. She doesn't go off and hide. She's just like, hey, so guess what I did this week?
Yeah,
she's cool. I'm gonna have to pee in a minute. I'm trying. I thought, you know what I thought about? I was like, when I text you that I keep peeing today, so I'm like, man, I know as soon as I get that first beer down, I'm gonna have to pee so bad. So I was like, all the time, I'm like, I should have kept my dad's commode. I just could have set it right here. I'm gonna have to take my headset.
That is determination. That's determination. You know, there's probably a lot of dudes who do that on podcasts where they'll just pee into something and just like have their mic off. I
bet they do. Yeah, I bet they do because I've watched some dudes on podcasts who they just keep going, and I'm like, and some of them are like drinking. They'll have like a mixed drink with them. And I'm like, how are you not peeing? And now that you said that, I'm like, oh, I bet you they
are. I would. If I had a fucking dick, that makes peeing so much easier. Like,
oh, for sure.
You can aim it.
You know what? Maybe when we set up our podcasting area downstairs, I'll get a commode and set it up.
That is how dedicated Alex will be on her phone. Hey, St. Michael, no worries.
And poop buckets.
That'd be hard to poop on stream, but pee on stream, I think you could get away with.
Oh my God, I could not poop on stream. I need total peace when I'm pooping. Like they
do for sure. I have some of those. They have a little funnel you can use, but still, that would still be a mess just sitting, like trying to sit here and not be obvious about it.
Yeah, like a guy, like all they have to do is just grab something and they can just be like this.
They're pros. They're pros at it.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad made jokes about that sometimes, that it was beneficial to be a man and have his disease because he could just take urine bottles. Whereas a woman, like, yeah, you don't have that benefit. It sucks. Oh.
You can just pee. You just like pee where you're at, but you're gonna like make it last. Yeah, but if you're talking about the funnel buxom, yeah, they're not the best. I have some for camping, but even like it's still not like it's nothing great. And you can literally do that with like a piece of paper, just to aim it away or somewhere. But yeah.
I think because there's that door right there, that's gonna be where we're podcasting. Like, at least I'll be able to just like step outside the door and pee right there.
He's done that before too. He just snuck right up on you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like I felt him first and then I saw. Kids are so freaky. And you know what doesn't help? My kids totally look like the kids that were in what the fuck is it? Some older movie.
Children of the Corn?
No. Oh shit. It was remade with Christopher Reeves. Oh God, Grayson.
Again.
You're just hugging me. Okay. I love you. I'm gonna look at
Oh, the hills have eyes. Does that sound familiar?
No, I'm gonna.
Are you looking it up? Okay. Oh God, that was funny.
My heart is set. Like, thank God I didn't even. Thank God. I know you told me to lock the door. I'm gonna pee in a minute, anyways. But I'm trying to find this movie of what our children look like because.
St. Michael says Adam and Alice are his life goals. No.
Oh, you should probably have better goals.
Garrison's back.
Oh, thank you, honey. Damn it, where did it go? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna be so mad when I see it because I would be like, The Village of the Damned. So there's an original, and then there's one with Christopher Reeves. I think both are good, but yeah, the kids all like have blonde hair and blue eyes, and then both my kids came out with blonde hair and blue eyes, and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna fuck with me. They're gonna get out of my head. They're gonna kill. If you have kids with blonde hair and blue eyes, don't watch that movie. You know what movie I want to watch with Scar is The Others. Have you seen that movie, The Others, with Nicole Kidman?
I like it, Mom.
I love you too, Grayson. Did you hear it?
You were like, what'd he say?
He's like, I love you, Mommy. And then he turned around and he just
He just fell in the room there.
I'll lock the door when I go pee, Adam. I'm gonna pee in a minute. Yeah, the others with Nicole Kidman, that's a pretty
Is it
good
with
movie.
like a bunch of women?
No,
Um,
it's like her and her family living in this place, and they think they're being haunted and shit. It's a good movie. It's got a good twist at the end. I love Nicole Kidman. I actually just watched another movie with her yesterday. It was with
she's
Jason
good.
Bateman, who I also love. Wasn't that
Oh,
great of a movie? That was kind of meh. The only
good.
thing that the only thing that it was called the Family Fang or the Fang Family or something like that, and like Christopher Reeves was in it, or not Christopher Reeves.
Me
Christopher
too,
Walken,
Serena. Serena.
Christopher Walken, Jason Bateman, and Nicole Kidman, and I'm like, the only reason this movie was like good is because they were in it. You know what I mean? Like,
The plot wasn't great or anything. They just had good actors in it.
yeah, like it could have been a better movie, but I was just like, I
You
feel like,
judge whatever. You said that shit happens in real life. Not the scary part of it, but those. Oh, A-dubs, are you saying you've never been invited to one of those parties? That sucks for you. No, just kidding. I don't like scary. I don't like when you said you were going to see Megan or whatever. I was like, damn, y'all are brave. Like, whew.
that wasn't that scary. The freakiest part of it is like after like she's just like, okay, I'm fucking evil. I'm an evil AI robot. She does this like weird fucking dance, and it bothered the shit out of me. I was like, you freaky ass fucking little thing, dude. And it's so funny that people run from this thing. Like, dude, I'd be grabbing a fire extinguisher, beating you. Come dancing at me like that, you freaky doll.
The last scary, like really scary one I saw in the theaters was The Ring, the original Ring. I saw that one in the
That was a
theaters.
good one.
It was
And then,
scary. And I remember I
yeah,
didn't even watch when she starts coming out on the TV. I had a hoodie on and I was like, nope, nope, nope. And I like had it shut. I was like, I'm not watching. And I didn't see what actually happened at that scene for like till years later, It's
it's
crazy.
weird her coming out of there. Oh, there was a movie that Adam and I watched together
Yeah, I love
that
you,
the whole
Aiden.
that I watched like the whole movie like this. I can't remember what it was. But I was scared shitless watching. I think it was like a series. And yeah, I watched I can handle horror movies better than I can handle like creepy movies. You know
Like
what I mean?
psychological thrillers.
Yeah, like the Blair Witch, that shit freaked me out. Like I didn't want to go to sleep. I was just like sitting in my room, like every light on, like I'm gonna die.
Someone creeping by the door back there. Uh,
Yeah, those
Hey,
like yeah.
Randy. Thank you for watching on both. The numbers help.
Uh,
See, I'm the opposite. I like the more psychological thrillers, but I don't like the like gore or Dang, thanks to everyone on Rumble watching right now. You guys are the real MVP. Thank you. So yeah, even though there's a couple doubles because first is over there and Randy's over there.
I'm just watching on YouTube right now. I don't
Me
think I have
too.
the
I'm one of the YouTube members.
I liked it too. Make sure to like, share, and
Like, share,
subscribe.
whatever. Just we'll put the banner up. I can do
All right,
this.
I'm gonna go pee real quick because I
Okay.
feel like it's all I can think about now.
All right. I'll be probably after you.
Okay.
Prisoners. Ada. I never saw that one. I liked. You guys know which one I like? I know a lot of people don't like the M. Night Shyamalan guy, but I really like that Split. I mean, I like Signs. The other ones were okay, but and obviously whatchamacallit, I See Dead People one. But I like Signs and I liked Split. I like Split a lot, actually. I need to rewatch that one. But I like a good psychological thriller. I just don't like gore. I don't like to see someone's head get cut off and shit. So, cheers again to anyone who's joining late. Well, cheers. 6 cents, that's the one. Yeah, I like Split because Split had a really good message of boss perv. I liked Split because in the end it had such a good message about if you're abused or you're harmed, you become better. If you become better, you're more evolved. Like I really like the message of Split from the actor. Is it? I don't know what that means because I'm not. Yeah, me either. I can't watch any of the gore stuff. Like a little gore, whatever. If it's silly, a little bit, whatever. Like Shaun of the Dead, but I just never like Saw. I've never watched any of the Saw. Oh, I love One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, and The Shining. I like The Shining. Uh, yeah, I think those were both. Was it Kubrick who did one? I think it was. No, it was Kubrick, and he did Eyes Wide Shut too. No, let's see, Kubrick. I loved One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, I think Kubrick did it. He directed it. Oh, yeah, it's a really good one. Bugs, yeah. I get that. I get that. Like when it's a little ridiculous and you're like, it's just ridiculous. What the hell, you know? So oh, Paul, if you're still watching, I did the Rumble to the wrong channel again. I'll download it and re-upload it to the right channel, but there's always something. I need to write a list out and have everything done. Everyone go follow Paul and Sibling Revelry. Paul is my producer and we love him so much. And I'm doing this all. I did this all. I set up 3 different things. Oh, I could probably go. I could probably go to Twitter again. I could probably do Twitter live again without getting banned. I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna try and do it. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for not texting me like you fucking idiot. Maybe you did actually. Oh, here we go. Oh wait, hold on. Yes, Steak, I can see you now. I just don't have that screen open. Steak is asking if I could see her. Yep, I can see you. Although the comments on StreamYard, only the comments from YouTube show up. So Rumble and all that, like I have to have it open on a separate screen to see it. So yeah, that was good. I agree with that. I agree with that. We're all Adams. You're all Adams. Adam's a good name. Adam was like a good. I know Adam. I know you're a lot younger than me, but Adam. I feel like Adam was a good 1980s in the 80s name, like Jessica and Michael. That was like a good 80s name. Hopefully you heard me, Steak. Yeah, if anyone does want a super chat on Rumble or just send it straight to my Cash App Forest Mommy. I was what is it 1:30? I was gonna try to go to DC for the anti-war rally, but only if I could raise money. But then I didn't even try to raise money, so I'm not going. Yes, you're not a lot younger than me, but you're younger than me. I just feel like I'm so old lately, but not like I don't feel old. I just am like, wow, I've been on the planet for this many years. It's a long time, you know. So
I feel that way sometimes.
yeah,
Sometimes
I feel it. Just am.
And then I look at like other people that are really old, and I'm like, damn.
I was thinking that when I went and watched my nephew's basketball game the other day, and I was like, "Do you remember when you were like a freshman in high school and seniors were so old? Like the seniors were so old." And then I'm at this fucking game, and I'm like, "You all can be my children. All of you can be my children." Like they're not. It's just funny how that changes, you know?
Yeah, and it's like my kids are, you know, kind of younger, but there's like people my age that have like my one friend's son just graduated from the Naval Academy and he's like 22 or 23 and I'm just like well my one little cousin's gonna be 30 and I'm like but she's 20.
I know. That's how it felt. I was at I did a Mises Caucus meetup this weekend, but it was in the town I graduated high school from, so I have friends in the area, and so I'm like, I just invite them to come out too. The couple friends I saw, I'm like, just come out. And the one girl, she got pregnant in high school, so it was like one of those. "Ooh." But then I was talking with her, and we were like, I mean, like it sucks at the time, but it's kind of the best way to fucking do it because she's all young and hot still, and her daughter's on her own and everything, and it's like she's like. Same age as me, and and she's like, I did it. She at least had the baby and raised him good.
Yeah,
She's got and the dad, her and the dad weren't ever together afterwards, but like they did a really good job of co-raising.
co-parenting.
Yeah, even like at
Some
first.
people do a really good job of it, you know. I mean, they do.
Yeah.
See, I was I turned 30 a little bit after having Scarlett. I'm like, I'm glad I waited in all honesty. Like I don't know. I want like I look at Marina and I'm like, if I would have had kids at your age, I would have been such a bad mom. I would have been like,
But
no.
my mom all last week because we were having good discussion. She was like, "Yeah, that's why back in the day, you just had kids before you knew better. You just did it, like you got married, you did it, and that was like the
Well,
best way
yeah,
to
a
do
lot of
it."
times back then though, like a lot of people got married much younger. I think in a way it's different now. You know what's fine? Like if I say something like, well, like when a certain somebody was found out to be talking to a 16-year-old and they got married to her when she was 18, I was like, well, my one
There's
issue
that.
with it is he was much older than her. It may not seem, but he was so much older than her that he had an opportunity to like live life a little bit and experience different things where she didn't. And they're like, people were like, girls don't have to sleep around. And I'm like, that's not even what I'm fucking talking about. I didn't sleep around before I married Adam. I wasn't out
It's just
screwing
life.
everybody.
It's just life
Yeah, like
experience.
like I traveled with my friends. I read books. I slept.
Yeah,
I
there is that but we can objectively look at that stuff nowadays, but we can be like, it was creepy when he did it because we knew better at that time. It wasn't like fucking 100 years ago, right? Like it was creepy when he did it.
Yeah, like back in the day, there wasn't as much opportunity to like travel and do like yeah. I mean, and people are like, and I'm just like, oh my god, let's pretend that we live in the exact same world that we lived in 80 fucking years ago.
Right.
Okay,
Because then you have other people who are like, "Oh, you shouldn't be an adult till you're 25," and then you have other people who are like, "You should be having babies at 14." And it's like that. That just shows like how everyone's fucking different. Because I was on my own at 17, so it's like by the time I was 21, I've been paying rent. I've been an adult, right? But nowadays, there's people who haven't ever done any of that. Some of these people have never like
oh
paid their own bills till
wild.
they're 30 or more. Like,
It's crazy. Even when I did live with my parents, um, if you went to school, you could live at home and you didn't have to pay rent.
there was rules.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Still had to help around the house, stuff like that. If you want to eat anything other than what we buy, then get a job, pay for it yourself.
Right.
But my siblings didn't live at home when they were in college. They stayed at the dorms. But yeah, like once I turned 18, I had to pay rent because I didn't go to college. So I moved out and moved back in and ended up paying a lot more than my brothers and sisters did, which is something they don't like to talk about, but okay.
Yeah. We won't bring them out. And you fucking took care of your dad. So
That was great times. But you know what? I hated myself when I moved back in with my parents because I was so stubborn. I did not want to move back in. They were like, "You need to come back home. Like you've been through too much with this guy. Like you need to come back home and get your feet on the ground." I'm like, I'm an adult. I can take care of myself. But I moved back home, and now I look back and I'm so grateful because I got so much more time with my
yeah.
mom and my dad by doing that. And then yeah, I was going to move out again and I didn't. And then I didn't move out until I met Adam. And I have no problems with my kids staying here until like I want them to be able to get ahead. And I realize that, like Scar, she'll be, oh God, this is so crazy. she'll be 18 in 5.5 years. I don't expect extreme changes in our economy. And yeah, I want her to be able to save and be able to have like as cushy of a lifestyle as she
Well,
can. But
and
if
you'll also be like you're picking up after you're gonna basically live like you're renting. You're gonna be, you gotta take care of your
yeah,
fucking
like
stuff
I
as much
yeah,
as you
like
can, except for you're living here, kind of thing.
yeah. Like people that get mad, like I see a lot of people like, I can't believe there's parents that charge their kids rent. And I'm like, that was that was a good lesson for me because I
Even if
didn't.
it's a little bit, even if it's just a little
Yeah,
bit, like just something.
yeah, and you still need to help around the house and blah blah blah. Well, some people don't. Won't mention any names. His name's Michael, and it's not Saint Michael. He may or may not be my brother.
Michael. It's a popular
I'm
name.
Mike. Fucking Michael. And you know what sucks? I really like the name Michael.
It is a good
I
name.
a strong name. You know what I mean? Like, so, but
One day,
yeah.
when I'm ready to talk about a bad experience I had right before COVID happened. It wasn't a bad experience, but it was just like only me. And there was someone named Michael involved. And yeah, it was just like, come on. Like it was just great. I'll share it sometime. I may have said some stuff to you before, but it's like people's names really can ruin shit for you. Like if they suck.
You know what? You know what? Adam and I like hate the name Holly. Like, if a girl's like, "Hi, my name's Holly," we're like, "Bye."
I normally am like that with Jessica's, but it's what it is. Every time, every year of my life growing up in school, there was at least 6 fucking Jessicas in the fucking class. Like Jessica F, Jessica M, blah blah blah. Hey A, what up?
Ape. Um.
Yeah, exactly, Randy. This is what I say. This, and I've said this before on other streams. The best way to learn about the economy is to fucking be in it. When I moved out, there was
Right.
I didn't get any loans. I didn't get any free money. So I was like, I have to work this much to cover this many bills, which is my rent, for fuck's sake. That's the best way to fucking learn. And I know you have all these people who go to economic school for fucking ever. And they're like, not even like, not that everyone should be on their own at a certain age or whatever. You should always take advantage of your situations to some extent. But it's like, you have these people graduating with fucking like masters in economics and they've never fucking paid their own rent. It's like, what do you like? That's the most basic of economics there is like having a roof over your head, like feeding yourself and having a roof over your head. And once you like figure that out, then like other stuff's easy. That's why I get so mad about these school loans, because you're giving these kids who have never been on their own, you're just like, hey, here's all this free money. And I'm like, that has to mess with people's minds to some extent, because it's like, you wait, no, like that's not normal. Like this is not a normal thing. And even if you like, there are people who get the loans and they work still, and that's one thing, right? But like, it's just not, it hasn't been good. Obviously it hasn't been fucking good because our country keeps talking about wanting it forgiven and all that shit. So it's like, it just drives me nuts. Like, it's so easy to teach economics and we like can't, like people can't. And they're like, oh, I was just supposed to get fucking like 50 grand in 3 years and just go to school. Like it's same as high school, but I get free money and I get to like pretend I'm an adult. And I was like, no.
It's wild that they'll give kids a loan for that big amount, but they won't give them loans for a house, won't give them loans for like a truck so that they, can start up a company or something like that. Or it's just, it like that should say something to you people. I remember my friend, her daughter was going to college and they went for the loans for their daughter's college. And I'm just like, how the fuck did you guys get college loans for her when they won't even give you a loan for a house?
I remember
Like,
back then,
like, what?
it's crazy because even back then, so I'd been on my own and maybe like around age 21, I was like, oh, maybe because I was working and sometimes I was out of fucking money and I didn't have money to eat. Shit, like you run out of money after you pay your bills and there's no more money.
Yeah.
So I remember trying to get a credit card, which thank God, and everyone will laugh. I am almost 39 years old and I've never had a credit card. I have one.
I've only had one.
I have one I can use now, but it's not mine. But like I never got one and they would deny me at the time because I was broke and like I would overdraw my account at that time. This was like early 20s, like I said. And they're like, no, you can't have a credit card. And then I was like, I remember like realizing back then, but they're giving my friends all these like school loans. And I just want a credit card to make sure I have gas to get to work every now and then, food every now and then. I won't be buying trips to places. I'm not going to be buying bullshit with it. And I couldn't get a credit card, which thank God, like I know there's the whole credit card, the credit game and all that, but you just have rich boyfriends and it's fine. You don't need to worry about that. But like, it's like, I'm like thankful I never got a fucking credit card. I never got a fucking credit card because they wouldn't give it to me, even though they were giving my friends all this money in school loans, even though I was working. I was working and they weren't, and they got all that money and I couldn't, which whatever. Like because I'm interested. Any fucking idiot can figure that out. But like, you know what I mean? I gotta go pee real quick. Sorry, now I gotta go pee. You can see the chat. You can see the chat now, right?
Yes, I can see the chat.
I'll be right back, everybody. I want everyone to see like I had this dress on, but I also
looking
have
hot.
I already have sweatpants on too. It's fucking 8 degrees. It's 8 degrees. Okay?
Adam, are you calling me a gold digger? You calling me a gold digger? Definitely not a gold digger. So how's the chat doing tonight? How is everybody? I know Adam's good because he's home with me. And that's always a pleasure. He loves me dearly. Sam, you called me old? We're the same age. I know you might be older than me. You might have been born earlier than me on that day. What are you guys talking about? Oh, because I can't see all the comments on here. It's like it chooses which ones it wants to be. Well, Sam, you got to be born before 11:41 a.m. to be older than me. And yeah, I can only see the YouTube comments, but sometimes I think on the StreamYard, it doesn't, oh my God, it's hilarious, right, Randy? That picture's framed in there. It's so funny. I gotta print our pictures from when we were all together. Oh, what is she? She sounds like she's getting more drinks. Do you have a refrigerator? You look so cute tonight with that dress and then the earrings.
Thank you. No, I don't have a refrigerator up here. I've asked for one, and he was like, "You can walk down the stairs." And I was like, okay. I won't get a refrigerator. Oh, so yeah, I'm eating too. We put one out on the deck, like a little refrigerator for drinks. And stuff. I'm like, I could bring it up here in the winter, but we can also walk down the fucking stairs and get a drink. So, whatever. Sorry, I'm eating because I made salmon. It's so good.
I don't eat salmon. I probably should. I hear it's like healthy.
I mean, when it's on sale, I try to grab it because you can freeze it. Like, it's easy. You just bake it or grill it. You can put stuff on it.
I'm dreading tomorrow. Adam went and got a bunch of meat, so I have to seal it all and freeze it and shit. And I just hate doing it, especially the ground meat.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's all messy and nasty.
But I'll tell you what, man, that vacuum sealer we got a few years ago, that was a great investment.
No, those are great investments.
Yeah. And but there was, I think, I can't remember. I tried to freeze something and then I was looking it up and I was like, oh, I didn't know you weren't supposed to freeze that.
That's fine. I'm reading
Nobody died.
the messages from over on Rumble. Steak's over there, which you know Steak, who was on with us for Hard Up. She says, Alice ain't a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no bro. Love it.
What's waiting for me in the fridge, Adam? I already grabbed another beer. You
Yeah,
know what?
Brady, you know who should give lessons on how loans work is the fucking public school system who keeps pushing kids into do it, and the parents. I'm sorry, but like we all hate public school, but we also know deep down who is that fucking responsibility? The parents. So all these people are like, you don't even smoke weed for sure. All these people are like, I felt pressured. I felt this. I felt that. And I said, well, I'm sorry your parents sucked and like that happened to you. But like, it's so obvious that public school was just like grooming people to get into the loan system. They weren't bringing any other options, or they were trying to hide all the options, because my brother went to a trade school while we were in high school. When he was in high school, he graduated with his HVAC certification. That program,
great fucking job to get.
yeah, and like even he doesn't do it now, but to come out of high school doing that, knowing he wasn't going to go to college, that same program was available when I went to high school. So I'm 5 years younger than him. But they didn't, like, if you don't go to the counselor, if you're not a bad kid, if you don't go to the counselor, you don't know about this shit. You don't know that this stuff is offered. And I think they had like, because I could have went and got my fucking beautician's license or some shit before I even fucking graduated. Because my last 2 years of high school, I fucked off doing gym the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? Like I could have done something. But if you're not, they don't advertise that because they want you in the fucking loan system and all that.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
If you do good in school, you're just going to be pushed towards college. Like
Yep.
That's just not. And then if you're like
a whole track, like
yeah, if you're like one of the bad kids, it'll be pushed differently. But like me, I did really good in school when I was younger, and then I struggled after what happened to me when I was little, and then my dad got sick. So I just like kind of really started struggling in school, and then that like the rebel that was kind of already in me started coming out more. And even when I was young, I had this attitude like none of this is gonna fucking benefit me in life, like none of it, Yeah, it was like yeah, and so then I ended up failing the 8th grade, which I pretty much did on purpose because I wanted to be with my best friend.
Aw, was she a year younger?
Well, she failed. So she failed 7th grade and I went on to 8th grade. So if I would have passed 8th grade, I would have went into 9th grade without her. And like I really barely like was passing school to begin with. So I was like, whatever, I don't even care about school. So I failed the 8th grade, and my fucking dumbass friend failed the 7th grade for the 3rd time. I was like, girl.
The whole 7th grade she failed?
Yeah, she kept failing. Like, so my dad didn't want me to go into, we had a program called OWA, Occupational Work Adjustment. And my dad didn't want me to do it because my dad's like, no, like she's smart. She's just like going through a bad time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put her in this. And then like I think he just came to the realization that like so much had changed in our life that I had changed. So they put me in OWA, and I fucking loved it. Bye, St. Michael. And I fucking loved OWA. You go to work, you work for the school, you make money, you open a bank account. Like this is all stuff that like kids should be learning about. And like I had already had a bank account because of my parents, because as soon as I was legal to work, they had me on the payroll. Before that, I would just get like paid like per little thing I would do. But yeah, I loved OWA so much. My grades spiked. I ended up being like honor roll, National Honor Society, and all this shit. So then it was like, okay, then yeah, like you meet with your counselors and they're like, okay, you need to start doing college prep courses. So that's what I did. I started doing college prep courses and I'm like, this is terrible. This is awful. And I want to die. So I just smoked a lot of weed, skipped class, and
I remember even in high school, like they had sorry if I'm echoing a little. They had, there was like a separate school that was for the quote unquote bad kids. But they weren't bad. They were just kids who came from a shit situation and they had to work. You know, they had to
Yeah.
help pay rent even though they were fucking 14. And it was just so interesting how they, which happened to all, this is why everyone took the fucking loans out and shit, because they were so worried they might end up with a blue collar job or have to actually like do different kind of work rather than be like CEO of some stupid company. You know what I mean? Like they really demonized working, where it's like, but guess what? You need those people to do that to keep everything running. Like, as we all know, like you need the fucking plumbers. You need the fucking
Yeah.
plumbers. So
Yeah, but like when people started to become trained to look down on them.
yeah.
It,
And then
yeah,
like all
I
the
mean,
people with a blue collar job or who own a blue collar cup, that's what my dad made fucking bank washing windows. Washing windows. And it was like he's such a chatty dude. He would go and like he was in the same socioeconomic stature as the people he would wash the windows at. And it would be the wives at home all the time, they don't work. And so he would just chat the wives up all day while he's like washing the
I love
windows.
it.
I know. I'm like, it was so perfect. Like, what's wrong with that job? And he made fucking bank doing it. Like, it's just, they made everyone look down on it. And it was like, okay, well, you need a plumber and an electrician. So sorry. Like,
Yeah, my mom and dad chatted with everybody. My mom and dad were separated at the store though. My mom had certain things she did, my dad had certain things he did. And yeah, like I remember customers that would just that's how they made one of their best friends, that just died recently last year. But yeah, like I remember people just coming in and just sitting there with my parents and talking with them and stuff. And everybody just loved and adored them. And yeah, like I remember my mom like sitting there in her office, like doing all like the book work, counting money and stuff. And then my dad and like some of the guys that would come back and talk to him, they'd be smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee. My dad be like writing like orders down on this is how cheap my dad was. Let me tell you how cheap my dad was. My dad would not buy like any kind of scrap paper or post-its or anything like that. So when we would get an order of cigarettes, and yes, I was a little kid opening boxes of cigarettes and putting the single cigarette packs, up there and stuff. My dad would then make us take the cigarette cartons and we rip them into 4 pieces. And that's what we wrote orders on. That's what we wrote notes on. Yeah, it was, and yeah,
that's
like,
frugal. That's
oh,
frugal.
this table that I had Adam bring up here, this is the table where we used to like seal a lot of stuff, like stuff that we would have to wrap and seal with a little bit of heat. The heat thing was and that's the fucking table right there. I can't even
I
fucking
love
buy this
it.
shit.
That's
Fucker's
what I have
old.
with my old. I love when you can have old furniture like that and like remember it. Remember what it is.
And this shit's so much more solid than the shit that they sell now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, yeah.
I
The kitchen
don't.
table. Our kitchen table is my mom and dad's.
Oh, we have all sorts of veterans in here.
There's so many
Adam
people
said,
talking.
Adam said something about like, blue collar made America, but the suits are running it. But then it's also like the suits, they are running it, they think, but the minute they need their fucking toilet fucking done, they're not running it anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't want there to be this versus that, obviously, but like it should all be a cohesive team where we all do what a market's supposed to be, right? Where we're all offering a service or whatever product that people need. So I don't
Yeah.
know. They may be running things, but like, and the funny thing is, like, we hate all these fucking government fucks. I fucking hate them. But if I could if I could be their plumber and overcharge them, I fucking would. I fucking would. So like if I could be Barack Obama's handyman and I would charge him so much fucking money, like I wasn't saying I would discuss Paul. I was laughing because I got so many got all the like veterans. No, but like that's the whole thing. That's why I've said this many times to all the commie kids too. It's like, you understand, instead of hating rich people, you can like find something they need and just overcharge it for them. It's so much cooler to just overcharge it for them. That's how you get their money rather than asking the government to take the money, which you'll never fucking get. You'll never fuck. You like they see this as like, oh, we take more taxes from these people and it gets to the government and more will come to us. And it's like, no, bitch. No, that's not how it works. You need to find a service or a product or whatever, and you know your rich friends will like it, and guess or your rich people you know will pay you for it. Boom. That's how you take their money. It's so simple too, because so many rich people are so stupid technically. Like, especially if they're like just the wives or whatever, like they'll fucking throw money down like crazy if they don't work, you know? So it's like that's how you fucking do it. You don't ask the government to fucking take it. Like it's so stupid. I don't know.
I'm pretty hurt that the government isn't going to solve poverty. I really thought they would. They, of
Did you
course, they had
see,
it.
did you see I retweeted something about Denver specifically. They were spending $8 million on homeless, and our homeless is like blown up since COVID on top of already blown up. And then now they're spending like 250 million and there's more homeless than ever. It's like, you idiot. But what makes me laugh is the people who have salaried positions getting that money. They probably bought houses. They bought houses this year with that money, even though they're helping the homeless. Like, you know it. You know it. I'm like, these people are like, because I remember Joe Rogan even figured that out. Someone had told him too. They're like, yeah, if you're making $250,000 a year on the government with good benefits to help homeless, are you really good? What the fuck are you going to do? Are you going to help the homeless or are you going to keep your fucking job? You know what I mean? So it's obvious what
Get
fucking
out the
happened.
homeless and keep your job.
It's his turn now. It's his turn.
You're silly. With
Adam
that
is
name.
silly. I was gonna roast. Tell him I was gonna
I
roast him
said
today,
ruining,
but
not running.
can you hear me?
No, he can't hear
Okay,
you.
tell him I was gonna roast him today, but I decided not to.
I'm waiting for he's listening on Bluetooth, so it takes a second to get to him.
Thank you. And listen here, when you drink that shit, you gotta have the pinky out. Show some class, lady.
I know. Well, you saw my sweatpants. I'm in a fucking dress and sweatpants. So
Oh, okay.
that was
Oh my
that was
goodness.
a really funny post that this is kind of but about marrying rich and stuff, but that Brittany, mouthy mom, she was like, all these fucking leftist women who like are strong, independent women, they want the government to take care of them. It's like, bitch, you could have just found someone with money to take care of you. Like, then it's voluntary, you know, then it's like, and if you do find someone who can do that to some extent, well, maybe you suck. I don't know. But like, I loved her post on that. She was like, all these girls are like, oh, we want the government to take care of us. Like, you couldn't have fucking found a man to do it. But I get it too, because I was part of that age group where I was like, I'm a strong, independent woman, you know, and then I was like, I figured that shit out real well. Took me about a decade, but I figured the fuck out. Like, and you can't, someone is more prone to take care of you if you're not fucking $200,000 in school debt, you dumb dumb. Like, or all this credit card debt. I had to travel. I was 24 and I needed to travel everywhere. Like, I had to go to Europe and get into like 5,000 debt for that. And it's like, okay, well, that's fine, but no one's going to take that on, because when you get married or whatever, guess what? They are owning your debt now. And who's the fuck wants to do that? You know?
Yeah. And they could have just gone to Vegas and like met people from every fucking country around the world all at once.
Exactly. I love, yeah, the last time I was in Vegas and it was my 30th birthday. Well, that wasn't the last time. I remember my 30th birthday. We went to the topless pool and shit. I met dudes from Dubai, which they would like kill a woman like me being naked or topless at a pool, you know, but they were like giving us food and shit. Like, it was so funny. It's like it's all international. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild there.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm a strong, dependent woman for a shot. I say it all the time. I'm fine with it. And the only, yeah, exactly, Dale. The only reason I'm in this place and I am in life is because I wasn't an idiot. I didn't have debt. I couldn't have a credit card. I didn't have school loans. I didn't have debt. And no one's like, that made it a lot easier choice. I'd be like, oh yeah, she's not like a fucking like, you know, it's not going to be a negative, right? So, whatever.
And plus, like men who work a lot, there's like I'll have to see if I can find the video. It was old. It's been a while since I watched it, but it was Abba and Preach, and they were like, I don't even remember the couple they were talking about, And they're like, men that work like that, like I think, like even if they're blue, whether they're blue collared or white collared, they want a woman who's going to stay home and take care of the house and do those things.
Even if you don't
that-
have kids, even if you don't
Yeah.
have kids, guys, like
Yeah. Like they don't want to be bothered with that shit, you know? And like honestly, if we didn't have kids, I mean, yeah, I'd probably still do so. I would do like part-time, but
something because you
yeah,
can't.
but I would still like rather be at home, like taking care of everything, so that when he is home, we're like able to spend time together. Or
Yeah,
I
they
can
come
just
home to a meal.
I can just
Like they
yeah.
like working hard. Like they fucking love to work hard, you know? So it's like I totally get it. Where he's like, because I've mentioned, I'm like, I'm gonna get a full-time job again, and he's like, no. And not even from the abuse. It's not like the abuse of because I'm fine money-wise and stuff individually, but it's like it's just funny. I was like, no, I don't. I like you here with the animals and like keeping that. Like,
Yeah.
I just like it. It just works. Just fucking work. Doing it.
Yeah.
Feminist.
I think, yeah, and I figure even well, so my dream job is I told my mom this even when I was younger. I was like, I'm gonna be one of the old ladies working at the drug mart in town just for something to do.
Something to do. That's how I've always felt too. I've never thought
Yeah.
like I'll be retired. I will always be able to do something. At, like yeah.
I think once the kids are older though, I'll just like want to chill for like
Yeah, I'd be like, holy
10
shit,
years.
I gotta find myself again. Same, Adam. I don't want this is like that whole comment where they're like, you should make
I
your life
watch
like a
way
vacation.
too much documentaries to leave the country.
Yeah, I
never-
fucking want my life to be my vacation when I'm living at my childhood home. That's my like I've never had all the people be like, don't you want to travel? And I've like, I've never wanted to travel ever. I've never wanted to go to Europe. Call me a fucking honky weirdo and shit, but like I've just never had that drive. Like I get it. I totally get it. It would be cool to see some of that stuff, but I've just
Yeah.
never fucking wanted to do it. I never want to spend the money on it, and I've just never like traveling into other parts of America is plenty for me. Or Mexico.
It just seems like a lot of work for a vacation.
It's so expensive. My sister had been to like my nieces and nephews. Some of them have been to Europe like multiple times when they were a baby, but it was like for work and shit. But it's like, it just seems like so much work. My poor sister would bait multiple babies and shit. Like, exactly, Randy. And Las Vegas is so fun. I need to go back. I haven't been back since before COVID. I want to go.
I want to. Okay, so we want to go to Dollywood so bad, which is like it's like by Pigeon Forge and stuff.
Is that Tennessee or?
Yeah, and it's beautiful there. It's by the Smoky Mountains and stuff, and you can rent cabins and shit. That's like one of our dream vacations. But I want to wait. Like, there's some things like you just want to wait until your kids are a little bit older so they can actually enjoy it more. But I'm hoping in a couple of years. But I don't know because I already had to cancel a couple things this year. Thank you, fucking politicians in the state and you fuckers. Oh my God, you know what I did the other day?
What?
Well, not just the other day. Adam doesn't know about the one thing. He knows about the other. Now he's going to know about both things. So, you know how we're taking Scarlett on that trip for her birthday?
Oh, like her birthday,
yeah. Right. Okay, so like she said something about how we couldn't go to Colorado because of the cost of everything. And like she was like talking about our trip to Cedar Point, and I'm like, yeah, see, we're gonna stay there for a week on the beach. It's like your dream vacation. Like I almost gave it right away, like almost fucking told her, right? And I'm like, God damn it, Alice, like shut up. You know, like parents are gonna be like, dude, like you feel bad because you had to cancel a trip to Colorado when they still get to go to Cedar Point for a few days. And it's like, well, yeah, because she doesn't know about the whole trip. She just thinks we're going there for a couple of days.
And that'll be that's the end of next summer, right? For her.
Yeah. So then the other day, I almost said right in front of her to Adam, and I was like, I almost said, and I looked at Adam, and I was like, oh my God. And then I texted him, I was like, Dad, I almost said, like, I can't keep this secret. I don't know if this is gonna work.
FYI, I'm gonna blow it. I'm gonna blow it.
You know, and like, yeah, like I felt so bad, and I do like when when my parents like started to struggle, like I'm not saying my parents were horrible, but it's like you feel that as a kid. You're kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like, what the fuck? And like I feel so bad, but I'm looking at Scar, I'm like, dude, it's like $10 for some fucking eggs.
Well, you can like explain it too, like, hey, sometimes we have more money and sometimes we don't. Like that's a good
Yeah.
lesson to teach them. And guess what? Like when you have more, save more, but also maybe you can do a few more things. But when you have less, you're just not going to be able to do some of the things, and that's just how it goes. Like just how it is.
Yeah.
But Vegas is fun. I want to go back to Vegas like now, like yesterday. So I love it. Yeah, me too, Age. I love Vegas. And I know
Maybe
the Hard
maybe
Rock Cafe,
go.
the Hard Rock Hotel bought the Mirage. So the Hard Rock's gonna be at the Mirage now, which I like the Mirage or the MGM. So I'm interested to see all the changes. So
I like the Bellagio.
oh yeah. Oh well, everyone liked the Bellagio.
So now I'll brag about my family. So my brother-in-law was actually the architectural engineer for the addition of that place.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they got a free penthouse for their wedding night there.
Nice.
I was like, shit. But yeah, that place is nice, man. Me and my friend went there one night, dude, and we're fucking gambling and we're drinking strawberry daiquiris, which I'm just like, this is like awesome, dude. Like I was winning. I'm winning money and people are just giving me daiquiris. Like
This is great. This is
yeah,
great.
this is great. Yeah, this is beautiful. So you know in the Bellagio how they have the Chihuly thing with the glass or
Yeah, the
whatever?
glass sculptures.
Right. So like picture me like drunk, disposable camera, because it's that time, people. Like that's how old I am. I was in my 20s on vacation in Vegas taking pictures with the disposable cameras. So I'm like trying to take a picture, and this old security guard's like, if you guys want to lay on the floor and take a picture, you can do it. Everybody else does. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, like everybody does it. And
Yeah,
then,
they do. I've seen it.
yeah,
Even.
and then so like I'm pretty buzzed and I go walking towards it and I like turn and I'm like, wait, you're not just telling me that. So but then yeah, like people just and yes, I do have that picture. And then there's a picture of me. I used to have I blew it up because this is not blew it up, but it was like a 5x7 because I'm a conceited bitch sometimes, and I had on this hot outfit, and my friend took a picture of me, and I was all, and I'm like, and I'm all like, the Bellagio. I was a fucking drunk bitch at that place, dude. I thought I was high fucking class, dude.
You feel like high class in Vegas, even if you're like bare minimum there. Like you feel high class compared to what else is below you at that point. So.
Right? Like it's amazing, dude. It's like there's just so many things in so many places, and it's such a great and you like there's like big arcades there too. I don't
Oh
think it's
yeah.
there. I don't think it's there anymore. The Excalibur. When I went there first when I was a kid, they had the Excalibur. It was like a big fucking carnival and shit. I'm like, this is like great.
Even
I wanted to move there. That was my plan. I was gonna move there.
were you gonna work there, or were you just like, now I'm gonna live there and hang out
No,
the arcade?
I wanted to live there and just get like some fucking random job at a hotel because I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I was like, even if I work in like just a fucking store, I'm like, that would be awesome. But I couldn't.
Even people that like fly there. There was I knew cocktail waitresses who would fly there for the weekend from Denver and work just the weekend there. Like they had because you make such good money. And it was like, I was gonna say another arcade at the New York, where they have the roller coaster now, which is kind of by the Excalibur, but they had a huge arcade in there too. Like a big, it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, New York has
Oh, and they
that.
have the fucking Ferris wheel thing. I've been on that now. They did that big Ferris
I
wheel.
haven't been on that. I never went on the Stratosphere. I went on the New York roller coaster.
Yeah, that's fun.
Which isn't like
It shakes.
high, but it's like high. Like like it's high off the ground, and then like we went like because you start on the inside and then as you roll out, and I was like, I shouldn't have done this.
The Stratosphere is cool because they had me and Mr. Force Mom, we both did where you free fall. You can free fall off of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was nuts. But yeah, we all should save up for like 2025, maybe summer 2025. We all go to Vegas or something. Because my favorite thing is just sitting at the pool. I just like to sit at the pool. We have to go when there's a pool. We can even go when it's like right before they close the pools, like September. September's a decent time. It's not as hot.
We homeschool, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're like,
Scar will be old enough. Her and Grayson can just stay in a room.
For real. We'll plan that. So
I would not do that to my kids.
2 years. No, why not? Why would?
I mean, I would like for the evenings they can.
Oh no, yeah, but they have their own room, and she'll be old enough by then.
Yeah,
she'll be like,
but during the
15,
day,
16.
I would like take them out.
Yeah, just at night.
Yeah. Well, I would take them to do a couple things at night that are fun.
It's just these shows. Like I love the
they have different shows.
Oh, I love the fucking Cirque du Soleil.
My parents left me at the hotel when I was just about Scarlett's age, and I fucking left. And I was in Vegas, dude. Like I just ran around.
Did they know you left? They didn't know you left, did they?
No, they didn't know I left.
So you'd have to have something with them, like you're with Scar. Be like, listen, I know it's gonna be like take them out to do a bunch of fun shit, and then be like, look, we're gonna do a bunch of fun shit now, and then FYI, I'm gonna be done after that. I'm gonna stop at the 2-hour mark if that's okay with you. By the way,
yeah, that's fine. Because I'm gonna end up having to pee again.
Yeah, so like as long as you told her, like, listen, we'll do so much cool shit. We'll do a bunch of cool shit, and then if you could please stay with Grayson at night in the hotel room, you can do movies, whatever. But like if you do a bunch of cool shit, then they'll be like, okay, maybe they won't be so tempted to leave or something. Because fuck, man.
Yeah, see, that's tempting. Like when we're other places, I would never even think about her wandering out, but I did it.
Yeah, so you can just do it like that, and then be like, and if you have adult friends with her, she understands. Like adults want to hang out together and shit. So like, oh yeah, there's a lot of good. I've seen a lot of the Cirque du Soleil shows. That's what I'm wondering because the Mirage is where the Beatles one was, and then now if Hard Rock bought the Mirage, which Mirage had the best topless pool, which I loved. So I wonder if with Hard Rock's going to make a topless. Well, I think the Hard Rock had a topless pool. That's where they had that fucking. Do you remember that show they would have on for a while, like on MTV? It was like Rehab. Everyone in Vegas was all fucked up. Cool at Rehab. That was Hard Rock. Everyone was so fucked up, man. I don't get that fucked up. No, thank you.
I've only stayed at the Sahara and the Tropicana there. Oh, and not the Excalibur.
The Hooters one, probably.
No, the Harris, which isn't there anymore. Yeah. But my sister worked there, so that's where we stayed when we first went there. I stayed at the Sahara for my sister's wedding, and then Adam and I stayed at the Tropicana, which they had a really nice pool. It had like waterfalls and stuff.
Yeah, but they were hard to be like nice out there, like
yeah. It wasn't the hotel rooms we paid for on the way out there were more expensive than the Tropicana. And I get the Tropicana isn't high end for that, but yeah, it had a nice pool, but it had mirrors on the ceiling. I was like, wow.
This is sexy. There's another place I've stayed. It was actually across from the Hard Rock, which now the Hard Rock's moving, but it was basically an old condo unit, a condo complex that they turned into a hotel. So like there was like a kitchen and shit. So like it would be
and
it was cheaper, and you could like have food and your kids would be a little bit safer there, probably, you know, rather than just like in a hotel. We'll look into that. 2025, everybody, fall 2025. Let's plan for it. We're going to Vegas, FMU Vegas. If I don't
Vegas.
I'm actually doing very good. There's been a lot of times over the last couple of years where I'm like, I could wake up dead, but I did it. So I'm here. Forest Mommy got her account back. There's some crazy magic flowing right now. So it is what it is.
That's awesome. You know your account back.
I did not think, I thought that one especially, I'm like, I still kind of feel like I could get the Desert Daddy one, but this one, like they were giving, I seriously appealed it 2 weeks ago, like twice, and they gave me a no right away. Like they got back to me right away. And they're like, no. And then what? Now what changed? Because I literally said I'll delete the fucking picture. Like I said that a million times.
Yeah.
Why this time? You know what I mean? Oh, and then
A
I
human must have looked at.
It did, because I messaged back. I replied and I said, thank you so much. This means a lot. And they got like I got an email back. Glad we can help. Yeah, and like it was like a human fucking wrote it, you know? Like, and it was weird. Like it's weird. I don't know.
This chat is I'm like just reading through the chats right now.
They're being goofy tonight. Love it. Well, we're gonna haven't done this.
Mirrors on the ceiling and pink champagne on ice.
Mirrors on the ceiling. Pink champagne on
I'm
ice.
pretty wild, Sam, but I'm actually pretty innocent in a lot of ways. So
I don't like staying up late in Vegas. I don't do the whole, like, I'll maybe go to one of the clubs, but I don't do the whole stay up all night thing because I want to be at the pool.
I stay up so late in Vegas.
But it's good though, because you can, because everything's open and it's cool. So,
oh my God. I mean, I've never been.
And maybe now that I've been introduced to drugs, I would stay up all night now this time. But like before, I never had. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I've never been a mom in Vegas, but yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe it would be like, I do think Vegas casinos are definitely better, but yeah, like when me and my friend went, and even when Adam and I would go there, we would just like go from hotel to hotel and like gamble and get our drinks, and it was just like people watching. I never went to a club in Vegas.
The people watching is amazing.
It's like too much.
It's too much. It's too pretentious there too. Like I want to go somewhere and dance if I want to dance. I want to wait in a fucking line. Like it's just pretentious.
But they play music like everywhere you go in Vegas.
Yeah. You can dance
so,
anywhere.
Yes, I did a very good breakdown in a lobby of the MGM Grand, and I think it was very appreciated.
I love the MGM.
Yeah, so like that's it. But man, there was a couple of times there that we stayed up till the sun was completely up in the casinos. I
do that now sometimes, but I haven't done it in Vegas.
Yeah, I couldn't. When we went to Niagara Falls, I was pissed. Like, I wasn't pissed. Like, we just had fun. It was kind of nostalgia, but I was like, dude, I wasn't playing any different than I have the past like 20 years. You know, like I'll play a nickel machine, play 45 cents a line. If I play a penny machine, I'll play like 50 or not 45 cents a line. Oh my God. 5 cents, 9 lines at 5 cents. So it was like 45 cents each. And I was like, I'm just not winning. And it was like in Vegas, dude, I wouldn't win big, but I could at least sit there with my $20 fucking get drinks for at least an hour or two.
Yeah. No, it's like, that's the whole fucking thing. Like, they're down, you know?
Oh my God. Just cracking up and being a stupid person. But yeah, Niagara Falls, that casino was not paying out. I should actually check their reviews at some point because there's casinos that will get in trouble for not paying out enough. I'm like, I didn't know that was the thing.
It's true though.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the kind of stuff that like probably why I'm not an anarchist. And people will be like, but capitalism, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's just you're confusing me.
Well, that's a matter of it's voluntary though. Like at least you
Yeah,
choose the
but
gamble. It's
but
like
like
giving it to the
yeah, like
government.
stuff like that. I'm like, well, I don't know because that's like, I mean, I don't know, but then it goes back to that casino probably wouldn't be the only casino there within miles if it wasn't for government regulation, though.
True.
Because people don't have a lot of choices when it comes to casinos. It's not
Right.
like where you like buy clothes and milk and stuff like that from. Most places only have like a casino or two. So you can't be like, this place doesn't pay out. I'm not going there anymore.
Right. It's a different thing.
Oh,
All right, let's call it there. I want to go eat more food because I'm starving to death. Thanks everyone for watching, especially my YouTube. So YouTube people who are watching on YouTube, I understand YouTube is amazing. I like it the best too for streaming.
yeah.
But we're gonna take a break from YouTube, so I will just be on Rumble and Odyssey. Although I don't know, whatever. But so our next golden showers is I have a guy named like Anarch Muscle or Libertarian. He's a fucking hunk, and he won't wear a shirt. So I'm like, cool. There's another shirt. Remember, I had that other shirtless dude. So this is another. Well, other than Hex and Q, but this is another muscular dude. So thanks everybody for watching, and we will talk to you later. Forest Mommy at Alice Always 911.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.